Hello! Welcome to the first official Let's Build a City Skylines stream with me. I'm the community ambassador. My name is Madeline.
And community manager, Patrycja. So what we're going to do today, besides starting our own city?
Yes, we're going to start a new city. We're going to try to build up as much as possible and, explain how and why.
Just so you know, I'm going to play on console, playing on Xbox One, because less buttons to press, the better for me. So obviously the first thing first would be placing a road. And you can see we have basically just a basic road unlocked. Also, nothing to be worried about. All the roads will get unlocked the more people you get in your city. How should we go about it? What do you think?
I'd say build a roundabout.
Of course. Of course. I was waiting for
Did you not want to build a roundabout?
I watch enough B-Fast videos to know it should be a roundabout there. We first want to choose the curved road. Then, let's say, this far?
We could probably make it much smaller. I'd say half that.
Half that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because otherwise the whole diameter is going to be 20, which is...
Okay, so it won't be a perfect circle, I can already tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna work. This is gonna look weird and wonky, but it's gonna look beautiful. Yeah!
It's perfect.
Success!
It's perfect. What is the next thing after building a roundabout that you do in your city?
Residential area.
Okay, and that's probably need a bit of explanation. So maybe we can start with a bit of the interface here.
Yeah.
Because as you can see in the bottom right corner, we have three bars, like green bar, blue
bar,
and orange. So green will be residential.
Yes.
Blue will be commercial, and orange is industry. You probably want to start building now. So okay, we're trying to do. As you can see, people already want people want to move in, so they need a place.
We need to give them what they want.
Yeah, that's the thing. I actually like to curve your roads or just placing like straight lines, because I always go for straight. Looks terrible. It looks absolutely terrible.
There's nothing wrong with making square 90-degree corners all the time, and it does really optimize with the zoning.
Yeah.
But adding some curves can really give a lot of I don't know, attitude. Is that the right word? Probably not.
I'll be very attitude-less city, I think. But yeah, you have the same colors here, so we're going to start with the residential areas. And you also have options how you want to paint this. But let's say we'll just do this.
Yeah, let's just do fill.
Do you want to let the time flow, or we should start building?
We should put the necessities down first, so water and electricity.
You have a few options here. So obviously your city needs water, and the water needs to come from somewhere. So we have a thankfully big river here.
Yeah, I don't know which direction it flows in.
And we'll see in a minute. There we go. Actually quite lucky, I guess.
That is a lot of flow. Yeah, that's good.
So those triangles on the river is actually a current, and that's something you want to take into consideration, and you will see in a second why. So we're going to place our water pump station here. Let's say, And then we have a drain pipe. So obviously there'll be a lot of sewage coming out of the city, and the sewage needs to go somewhere as well, which will affect the water in the river.
Polluting it.
Now we need to connect those with the pipes. So there you go. Okay, and obviously our city is going to be here, so we need to move the water here as well. Okay, so now the big question: how are you placing your water pipes?
I like to put them under the roads. It's very very unnecessary, but I think it's very pretty when you turn on the overlay, the water overlay, and it just matches perfectly.
I always start with the same idea. I changed the plan pretty drastically quite quickly, so yeah, but we can try.
God, that angle was really good. That was a good guess.
Okay.
And then just go into it.
And this is the question I always ask myself, because the first thing I go for is you have a few options basically when you start, when it comes to the power. So you have a coal power plant, which is produce quite a lot of pollution, and pollution, Or you can actually go for more green options, like wind turbine. But you need to be aware of if you actually will get any kind of electricity out of them.
Yes.
So if you're actually building city in a windy place or not. And you're going to see it now when you just choose the option.
Yeah.
So basically you want to avoid the bright places.
Yes.
You want to go for the dark ones. And we're actually in quite a good position, I think.
The land is very flat. You get a lot of wind. You could have placed it in the roundabout. There's a little bit of dark area there, and it is a nice centerpiece.
Yeah, actually fits. There we go.
And then we could, I think, actually, I would probably unpause it and then have the houses grow up, and then we could put the wire from wherever the houses end to the water.
And as you can see, like those little icons here, which means those two facilities need electricity. But there's a nice trick here, because we're just waiting for the people to move in. And you will see right now, just choose this. You see that blue area, right?
Yeah.
So that's where electricity is coming from. And electricity goes basically from house to house, so you don't need to place any extra wires to connect the houses. And now, instead of going with the wires from here, we can actually go from here and connect.
Money saving.
Exactly. Okay. This one.
Yeah. Let's give them employment.
Yeah, exactly. Because as you can see on the bars that we mentioned previously, people want some stuff from us, which is basically they want to go to work. So we can place some industry area and some commercial area.
Yes.
Usually when I'm building my cities, I'm keeping my industrial as far as possible from the residential. So I'll probably just go the other way.
Doesn't have to be super far away though. Pollution does extend, but you know, I wouldn't put it on the other side of the map. And the closer you put it to the residential, the better, because then you don't get, you know, then they might walk instead of drive cars potentially. We don't have to do all of that. Be industry.
Okay, so
maybe
just
half.
Yeah.
And industry also consumes a lot more water and electricity.
Which will probably
than the residential. So.
Okay, I'll go from here because they can just.
Yeah.
Enough. Don't forget about the resources.
Yes. They will get electricity, but we might need more. One wind turbine might not be enough for the entire city at this point. But let's give them some commercial too.
Yep. Blue bar is quite high as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not how I usually go about my commercial zones, because I usually place them by the main roads, just because. But yeah, that should work. Yeah, so if you're starting your city, like the population is probably one of the metrics that you really want to pay attention to.
Yeah.
Because getting more people into your city will unlock more stuff to build in your city.
Yeah.
Because cities has a milestones thing. So basically, you're just. I think the first milestone is 500 little hamlet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after 500, you'll get a nice notification and information what stuff got unlocked and what stuff you can now put in your city.
How do you handle traffic in the game? It's my biggest problem. I think the biggest hurdle that you can like overcome when you play more and more cities is just understanding how the traffic AI works. We do have a couple videos on our YouTube channel about like how to vaguely understand how it works, the basics of understanding traffic AI, because he's not very smart. I don't know why he's a he, but the traffic AI is a he, and there's a couple things that you could really take from those videos, but the basic understanding of the traffic AI is they'll always take the shortest path. If there's a faster path that isn't the shortest, they'll take that, they won't consider any other cars. The 3 rules of the traffic AI. They will never break those 3 rules. So as long as you keep that in mind, I guess, you can predict how they'll think and how they want the road layout to be. So fastest, shortest, inconsiderate. Yeah, they do. Ooh, there it is.
There you go.
We got Hamlet. Yeah, it's just the population level on each of the achievements varies depending on how much buildable area you have. Take all the money, coal plant. Take all the money. Because the coal plant isn't just more expensive weekly, comparing it to the power to the wind power. It also has to import coal, which is also expensive.
I actually think we actually can middle a bit with the budget now.
Yeah. Haha.
There we go. Yeah, so economy, a very, very important tab. That's something that I'm not sure actually if I'm doing correctly with my cities, because the first thing I do, and you can also see that we have a day and night cycle here.
Yeah.
I basically lowered like 50% for the night and maximize it for the day, instead of placing, for example, another coal plant or whatever. But I'm not sure if it's always like the best thing to do. You usually go with just changing the economy tab first, the budget tab, or...
Yeah, personally, I just usually put them at 50 because I build my cities very, very slowly and do like an intricate road network and all, yada, yada, yada. But now that we're playing with the budget, now that it sort of actually matters, before placing down like another coal power plant, if we're running out of electricity in the future, or we might even lower it now, we might want to, raise and lower that before we buy a new plant, because that cost might be more. We might not have to spend that money yet.
Well, with two power sources, I guess we can lower it a bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much we're producing, but we could definitely lower it at 75, probably.
Okay, let's go about that. Water is probably okay.
Yeah, it might be a little bit excessive, but it's...
We have our waste garbage tab here.
Yeah.
With two options, we're going to go for the first one. And again, you actually need to take pollution into consideration when placing those. So
the waste, the dump sites, they put out a lot of pollution.
Yep. So that's why I usually put them in the industrial zones.
Yeah. I would probably put it on a T road.
On T road. Okay. Yeah. We probably can do that.
Just so that the spawning of the trucks won't interfere with the industrial traffic. Perfectly.
There you go. It wasn't planned. It was.
It was. Gosh, we have such a real residential demand right now. I would say zone that, and then like while the game is unpaused, when the game is running, just build more roads. Because we're always gonna need more roads.
Yep, that's true.
The city is ever expanding.
Maybe
I'd make a main road that goes sort of up and above, so that we can maybe even make a completely new residential area.
Do we want to go from the roundabout then?
Yeah, I'd give it an angle, maybe like 75 at the beginning. Now that's 90, so just like angle it. Just choose a direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say...
Yeah. Yeah. Looks good. Click. Lock it in.
Okay, you should go more like here. Let's go here.
Just go for residential. Just more of it. All of it. The whole map. Instantly.
Probably could do a bit more commercial as well while we're at it.
Yeah.
Okay, I like those spots
those little squares
here.
on the other side, on the main road. Yeah, that's a good idea. You want to give the commercial... you don't want to make the commercial traffic, because they're going to get imports with, trucks and stuff. You don't want to have them drive through, residential areas and other places.
Oh,
hey!
There you go.
Yes.
We're wharfy.
We're getting more roads now, right? This is the avenue roads, I think.
Let's see. To be fair, we still didn't put like any education or anything like that.
Oh, that is very true. Elementary schools, I usually just place them in the neighborhood because most kids just walk there. There's not gonna be that much traffic. And they usually the area that they affect is much smaller than high schools and universities. So having them close by is a definite plus. But for the high schools, a lot of the kids drive, so you'll get traffic. And if you have a bus line in the city, you might want to have a specific road for the bus to stop at the school.
Okay, I think I'll place mine here.
Yes.
We forgot about emergency services.
Well, we just placed down the hospital. The next step is Popo.
So yeah, with the latest milestone, we actually got emergency services. So we have police department and fire department.
We probably want to place it.
Is it another T road?
Yeah, but like probably maybe like right next to the commercial area. On the other side, maybe, or right there. Yeah.
Okay, we're not doing a T-road?
No.
Okay.
I'll give you this one. This should work.
Yep.
It's gonna look really good.
Nice, everyone's happy.
Yeah.
For now.
It should reach everybody.
Oh no, we're losing money now.
Yeah.
Something happened.
We placed down a fire station. It's very expensive.
It's true.
It's very expensive, yeah. Our expenses are higher than our total. But we can mess with taxes. We can tax them more. Pay us more money. I mean, at least 1% will get us and probably enough money to be in the green again.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do
Just
10%, yeah. I've never been able to tax a city, even if it's like 100% happiness, all the services are met, more than 13%, so 10 is good.
I don't even want to mess up with taxes. Even in the game, it's already enough in real life.
We do have the Avenue Road now, so we can try to expand on our
That's true.
on our road network. It should just demolish the commercial, but it should grow back. Oh, we might have to move the police station. That's another benefit of having it on a T road. Especially if they're poppable buildings.
Okay, I need to.
Because now we have to move it.
Yeah. Okay.
At least the growable buildings they'll just poof. They'll just go away, and they're not that bothersome.
Yeah, I think we can actually explain what a growable building is.
Yes.
So basically, when it comes to growables, you have the zoning, right?
Yes.
So the growable buildings are growing in the zones, so you don't have to take care of them. Basically, they just build whenever you told. They just grow whenever you told them to grow. And at the same time, we have ploppable ones, which you can actually choose the exact spot you want to put them on.
Yeah.
But this one we're actually going to demolish. So
bye.
Bye. Everyone disagrees.
And we're actually running out of time, so I think it's a great opportunity to just end on sadness.
Yeah. Okay, so what we've done today, we actually did quite a lot.
Yeah.
So yes, we learned about eggabouts and how good they are compared to roundabouts.
We're gonna rename the city. I'm gonna remember New York City.
Yes, we're going to rename it. So yeah, how to place basically the start of your road and how to do the zoning.
Yeah.
These are the first steps. So don't go crazy with your zoning at first because it will cost you a lot of money.
It will.
We placed some water pipes and electricity wires and got our city up and running. So not bad for a first episode, I would say. Next week will be interesting because we're probably going to mess around with public transport, which I've never done before.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah, I'll have to rely on you. Okay, but I think that will be all for this week.
Yes.
Hopefully, guys, you enjoyed because I learned a few things from the expert here. Obviously, she's the expert.
Thanks.
And yeah, thanks, guys, for joining us, and see you next week.
Bye.